1.
Here we go.
This is K-Pop Korner. Welcome to this week's episode of K-Pop Korner. I'm your host, Adam Riley, and for the next 60 minutes, I'm going to bring you some amazing treats from the world of South Korea. This week's special guest is a group called Monoban. If you don't know about Monoban, then you've clearly not been following our Facebook updates over the past few months. Towards the end of May, they graced Liverpool Sound City with their amazing style of music. A mixture of busker-style guitars and vocals, drum beats, tambourines, and beautiful cello music. Yes, this is indeed a mishmash of different styles, almost falling into the folk pop category. They were indeed one of the highlights of Sound City 2015, and if you didn't already know, Sound City is now expanding from Liverpool over to Seoul. Yes, Sound City has signed an agreement with the popular Zandari Festa that takes place over in Korea in October. This year's Zandari Festa takes place between the 2nd and the 4th of October and will include many English bands. Thanks to the agreement between Sound City and Zandari, it means that more Korean artists will be coming here to the UK, and the other way round, English bands getting the chance to ply their trade over in South Korea. We'll have more on that festival coming up in the next few weeks. But for now, in honour of that, we have Monoban on the show for this special edition of K-Pop Korner. We have the exclusive first ever UK radio interview with Monoban later in the show. George, Daewon and Jifan will be entertaining us, not only with the interview though, but also with their fine selection of music. We'll kick things off with their first EP release, Ghost Ship. The first song we'll play is the title track from that EP, Ghost Ship, then Which Day, followed by, of course, It's Not Okay. After those three songs, it will be straight into the interview. So sit back and relax, enjoy these pieces of musical mastery, and then brace yourselves for quite an amusing interview. I'll be back later to introduce more music.
Hi, I'm George.
I'm Jifan.
And I'm Daewon. And we are Monoban.
You are listening to K-Pop,
K-Pop Korner with
Adam Riley.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
하필 날도 왜 같은 배를 타게 됐나 어쩌다 여기까지 왔나 사공들은 눈이 멀고 나침반은 길을 잃어 침몰하는 거대한 배 다시 돌아갈 수도 다시 돌이킬 수도 멈출 수도 없는 유령선 거친 파도 폭풍 속에 휩쓸려갈 뿐 같진 않은데 다시 돌아갈 수도 다시 돌이킬 수도 멈출 수도 없는 유령선 거친 파도 폭풍 속에 휩쓸려갈 뿐인데 다시 돌아갈 수도 다시 돌이킬 수도 멈출 수도 없는 유령선 거친 파도 폭풍 속에 휩쓸려갈 뿐인데 너도 나도 정신없이 서로 탓할 뿐인데 땅을 치고 후회해도 소용없을 뿐인데 한동안 우린 말이 없었고 한숨만 쌓인 공기는 무겁고 그렇게 벌써 며칠이 지났고 오늘은 무슨 요일인지 셀 수 없었던 수많은 별들도 밟고 싶었던 그 많은 땅들도 알 수 없던 너의 레시피 모두 지나간 옛날 얘기일 뿐 이젠 두 번 다시 지금 이 순간부터 난 아무것도 보지 않아 난 아무것도 듣지 않아 난 아무것도 묻지 않아 나와 아무 상관없으니까 단단할수록 쉽게 깨지고 아름다운 꽃이 먼저 꺾이고 아플수록 큰다는 그런 말엔 더 이상 화도 나지 않아 더 이상 화도 나지 않아 이젠 두 번 다시 지금 이 순간부터 난 아무것도 보지 않아 난 아무것도 듣지 않아 난 괜찮냐고 네가 만일 내게 묻는다면 당연히 안 괜찮지라 말하겠지. 살짝 웃음 띤 채 아무렇지 않은 듯 그게 좀 더 어울릴 것 같은 대답. 정해놓은 시간은 반드시 오고 아무렇지 않은 듯도 지나가지. 기억이란 이름의 연료를 태우며 어제처럼 오늘도 또 흘러가는 걸. 아직도 한참은 남은 것 같은 끝나지도 끝낼 수도 없을 것 같은. 괜찮냐고 네가 다시 내게 묻는다면 이젠 아무렇지 않다 말하겠지. 살짝은 아쉽고 때로는 생각나도 이번에는 내가 먼저 돌아서겠어. 이번에는 내가 먼저 돌아서겠어. 아직도 한참은 남은 것 같은 끝나지도 끝낼 수도 없을 것 같은. 아직도 한참은 남은 것 같은 끝나지도 끝낼 수도 없을 것 같은.
Left speaker. Check. Right speaker. Check. Mic. Check. Here we go.
Hi guys, can you please introduce yourself and explain when did you debut and where did the name of your group come from?
My name's George. I'm an American. I live in Korea and I play the cello. I lived in Korea for 3 years in Seoul. And when I was in the US, I was living in San Francisco.
I'm Jifan. I'm a drummer. I started from hard rock and heavy metal, but finally I'm installed this band with a little percussion.
Hi, I'm Daewon. I'm the singer and the guitarist in this band, and I'm a singer-songwriter. We debuted like last year, 2013, with an album called 유령선, which means ghost ship.
Gosh,
Ghost ship.
We started out just by supporting Daewon's solo act, so it was kind of sort of a singer-songwriter guitarist with some little help from the cello player and a little bit of percussion. And then over the last 2 years, we've started to build songs together, and so we have a more of a cohesive sound that's not just like supporting, but other members play a more featured role. And then where the name comes from is when we first started, we were just playing as Daewon, as his name, and then we had like an interview or something and we were under pressure to get a name, so we just started tossing words together, and finally we came up with this name, which in Korean means monovinyl, like an old album.
Do you write your own songs?
Usually I write songs and then I just bring it to the studio and then we just play again and again and then find some kind of cool ingredients together and then we put them together. That's the basic rule. Sometimes George writes and then...
Yeah, I think that that's a good, ingredients is a really good analogy. It's like making a dish of food. If you have a lot of tasty ingredients, the dish is probably going to taste good.
Sometimes not.
Right, if you have something that's good, but you put too much of it, maybe it's not good. But so we start with usually one ingredient, like a cello riff or something, or a melody or something, and then we just build the song from that little one piece is the starting place, and then we build the song from there. That's some songs, and then some songs just sort of Daewon writes by himself and brings it to us, and then we just add support to it.
Yeah, but still we build together, so it's our song.
So I was a classical cellist for many, many years. I started playing cello, at a young age, and I was in orchestras and went to music school. And then when I was 32, which is 3 years ago, I decided to try something new, playing in a band. And that move wasn't too difficult. I think with classical music, you get a really strong technical background, so that when you transfer to playing like pop music, technically it's simple. but there's many other difficult things that you need to acquire.
Groove.
Like groove and rhythm and learning to not follow the rules, because classical music is all about following the rules, and then pop music is more about giving the audience what they want, making something that audience likes. So that has taught me a lot.
Do you all have specific roles in the group or distinguishing stage personalities? Like, is one of you the most fun person or is someone else more serious? And in the group, who is the calmest member and who is the cheekiest, most mischievous member?
Interesting.
Who's he?
Jifan, in my point of view, he's got the funniest job, like being nice to the audience and then play like monkey toy, and looks kind of fun and a lot of
So he's the cheekiest, right?
He's the cheekiest.
Do you know that word?
Don't know.
Cheeky? That's him. He's cheeky. The cheeky. I don't even know the word. That's a British word. Cheeky. I think he's the most cheeky. The cheekiest and most mischievous.
Most what?
Mischievous.
Mischievous.
That's the opposite of serious.
What does it mean, cheeky?
Cheeky?
Means, like a girl?
No, cheeky means like you get in trouble. You don't listen to your teacher.
Oh,
That-
I
that kind of
listen
thing.
to you really well.
No,
I always follow what you guys are saying.
And George has got like.
I'm gonna look up the Korean word. You guys keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find the translation for
And
cheeky.
I think George has got this role. Like he's got like Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead, the guitarist. He's doing that kind of first guitar thing, like making every sound, almost all sounds is from him, not the beat. But he's got that kind of serious, sometimes nerdy, sometimes crazy, that kind of role.
건방진.
건방진.
뻔뻔스러운.
No, it's not him. Then.
뻔뻔스러운.
He's
No?
kind. He's the kindest one
Oh,
on the stage.
Kindest.
Funny and kindest, easy.
it still means. I think it's a bad translation.
Okay.
I'm definitely not the cheekiest. It's
Okay.
definitely him.
Oh.
Jifan is definitely the cheekiest.
Why?
So what am I then?
You're the calmest. No, maybe I'm the most common. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the common one.
Calm.
Calm.
Yeah.
Calmest.
So we have no cheeky member.
You're the cheeky member.
You are.
No?
Among us three, you're the
Yeah,
cheekiest.
from now on.
Yeah, you're the
Okay.
cheekiest
Yeah.
one.
What do you think makes you different from other popular bands?
Actually, we are kind of
We are who we are. That's
But
that's
what
different.
makes the group different?
maybe aging.
Oh yeah, we're a little bit older than a lot of groups when we play in Hongdae.
Yeah, we
We're-
are kind of older.
We're like in our 30s and more,
Yeah.
and so a lot of the groups we see in Hongdae are in their early 20s. So we have that, and our instruments are different, right?
Yeah, instruments are different.
We're completely acoustic.
Yeah. And actually, we play like a wide range of music. Actually, not like one or two style.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So a lot of bands we hear are sort of like Jimi Hendrix impersonators, or like Britpop sort of style. This is in Korea, and we don't really have that going. We'll borrow from any style,
Any style with our instrument.
right? With
So,
our instruments, that's
yeah.
the limiting factor.
Actually, the very first time I really wanted to play like a sort of this style, like folkish Irish folk, that kind of music, but we got bored really easily. So every song should be different.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it's most of all rock bands are showy. But when I start to participate in this band, I feel like for us, the most important thing is balance.
Yeah.
Not showy, like wow, show technique, and just balance and make music is the most important.
Right.
Did you all know each other before you formed the group? And were any of you in other groups previously?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew Jifan for like a couple, almost a year, I think, and then Day One not that much longer. But Jifan and Day One knew each other a long time.
Quite a long time because we graduated at the same school. We studied same design thing, visual communication design, and then we sometimes worked together, but not music one, design stuff. And then we've been known for like 3 years, and then I broke up with my band, Timmy and the band, the rock and roll band that I was in as a guitarist there. And I worked it for like almost 8 years. And then we broke up, and I was doing some solo stuff. And then I invited him to be my member.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then George as well.
What sort of activities have you done to make sure that you are as popular as you can be?
I guess one thing we do the Facebook thing, and we don't push that hard on social media. We just try to play lots of concerts, and sometimes we have concerts where there's not many people. But last year we did something we called the Burger Project, which is kind of cool because we have a relationship with a sort of an art space that has a kitchen. And so for 1 month we ran a restaurant that sold burgers. We were trying to make money for the album because I used to be a cook. So I said, well, I can cook burgers. And that was a lot of fun. We didn't practice much that month, but we cooked a lot.
And we didn't earn a lot of money.
Yeah, but we didn't lose money, which is something.
But yeah, well, we didn't lose money.
Yeah.
At all. So.
아질아질날제의 먼지를 툭툭 털어내고 아질아질야 기운처럼 마른 꿈을 꾸듯 딱하게 삐딱하게 피어난 작은 민들레 조금 조금씩
Do each of you have a favorite girl group or solo singer?
Favorite girl singer, Jifan?
Oh, favorite girl singer. Very difficult.
Very difficult.
I'm oldest one, so my culture is not really modern. Like I like 80s rock music and 70s rock music.
What's the woman who has the glasses that is so popular? She looks really young, but she's like 50 now. She's really famous. The Korean.
Yang
woman.
Hyun?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I like her. I like her voice a lot. Yang Hyun?
Yang Hyun. Yeah, she's
Isoni?
great. She's
Isoni,
great.
maybe?
Maybe Isoni. Sorry,
Isoni.
she has glasses.
Glasses, yeah. Isoni.
She looks really, exactly.
Yeah.
Isoni, yeah.
I like her too.
I like her a lot.
She's an 80s girl.
She's my favorite, Isoni.
She's not girl anymore, anyway.
Well, I prefer older women. So
She's Azuma now.
I prefer Ajuma.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the same taste
Yeah.
to me. Oh, I didn't know that.
What languages do you speak, and which ones would you love to learn?
I speak English, I speak Korean, I wanna speak Italian.
Italiano.
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 We're in Italy right now. What can you say?
Buongiorno.
What else?
Kikacha.
No, no.
Fanculo.
Io sono bello. Io sono bello.
That's what I was taught by my friend from Rome, actually. So
Yeah.
they taught me only 2 words. That bad words.
Yeah, only bad words.
Yeah, only bad words.
Jifan, what languages?
I speak Korean, really bad Korean, and I speak
Not
English,
bad.
really bad English, and I speak French. It's been a really long time I didn't speak French, so I forgot a lot. And I want to learn Spanish because there's some reason I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay.
Okay. We never asked that.
Thank you guys.
I speak English. I speak German. I lived in Germany for 2 years, and I speak a little bit of French and Spanish. And I'm learning Korean right now, and it's very difficult to learn Korean. Even though I've studied for 3 years, I'm still not very good at Korean. Compared to learning languages, for an English speaker, learning Korean is much more difficult than learning German or French.
When you're performing, do you ever do any English versions of songs for your international fans?
Making only English-speaking songs. Well, yeah, that sounds fun because we can just translate, not like directly translation, but some different way. So we've done one song already, and then if we have that kind of opportunity to release our album in the UK or.
I know, but actually I would prefer to have some Korean just because even if I don't understand the words, I like the way that sometimes Korean sounds. So I like a mix of Korean and English.
I like too.
Sometimes I like to not know the meaning of a song for a while. Like one of our songs that Daewon wrote was called Hengjinga, and I was listening to it, just the music, and I had no idea about the meaning. And then I learned maybe a month later that the song that I'd been playing and listening to for a long time was about a really serious topic. It was about the Sewol Ferry. And so for me that was like, whoa, that's cool, So that slow realization is kind of an element of the music that I think it would be good to keep even for English speakers, to slowly discover the meaning of a song rather than having it come out right away.
Can you tell us about your latest release? What's the song name? What's the story behind the lyrics?
Last album.
Last single.
Last single.
song. Just a
Last
song.
song. 청산? Yeah. Well, that song is actually like the lyric is from Goryeo Dynasty. It's 1,000 years ago, right?
1,200.
1,200 years ago. 청산별곡 means Blue Mountain Breakup and a song that's kind of sad song. So it's like real traditional folk song.
So the lyrics are taken from a sort of an old song.
Yeah, very old song.
And then is the melody also from the song?
No.
So the melody is totally, and so the melody, everything else is totally original, just the words is from the old song. And I think it's like really old Korean, right?
Yeah, it's I don't understand. I don't know
some of the words you don't even understand.
Some of the words.
Yeah.
Just nowadays people just guess.
And so Korean audiences all know the words because they all studied it in middle school, right?
This song is about, people were really suffered by the government, and then people were kicked out from where they live, and then people just started to sing a song, and that's the song, I guess. That's what people guess now.
What Western singer or group, or both, would you like to collaborate with?
Too many.
Collaborate.
Katsuya.
I know. That's very difficult because I usually listen to heavy music.
Collaborate with a heavy...
With heavy metal?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Really? It's almost impossible, I think.
I'll just tell what you want.
Oh, really? Mars Volta.
Mars Volta.
Mars Volta.
Alright, that's a good one. Mars Volta. I'll go with
How
that.
about you?
Mars Volta is a good one.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Are you surprised that K-pop is so popular outside of Korea now? Why do you think it's so appealing to non-Koreans?
Yeah, of course, that's fantastic, actually. I'm kind of shocked about that kind of situation because I never thought like K-pop will be this big. It's still not too big, but it's way bigger than I imagined.
Maybe 10 years ago, you never would have guessed,
Like
right?
5 years ago.
5 years ago, you never would have guessed.
Never.
Yeah, even like when I was living in the US and I had no connection whatsoever to Korean culture,
No,
and then
that's
one
right.
of my friends like showed me the song. It was
Gangnam Style?
no, it was way before then. It was Sunset Glow.
Ah.
Hangin Noel.
붉은 노을.
Pulgan Noel.
너를 사랑하네.
I don't know the rest, but I really liked the song, and I would listen to it on repeat. So that's how big it spread. I really had no connection to Korean music whatsoever, but that song.
Yeah.
I think the reason it spread is because of the internet, and it's
Yes.
because the Korean songs in K-pop they know what to do visually. They have really great dancing. They have really attractive girls showing a lot of legs and things like that, and they have really catchy music. And because of the internet and YouTube, that's why it spread. If it was before then, it wouldn't have had the chance to spread.
And the K-pop is well produced.
It's well produced.
They are
yeah.
very well
Trained
produced.
a lot.
They're very exactly. They're all extremely talented,
Yes.
and they're the best out of many people, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You have all of these people
I agree.
trying to be there, and then
It's
They're the winners.
Yeah. It's a really difficult league, I would say.
right,
Yeah.
right.
What type of things do you like to do in your spare time?
If I could, I'd like to study to make craft beer.
Craft beer.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and I'd like to study how to make bacon, cure meat. That's what I want to do next in Korea, because Koreans do not know how delicious cured meat can be, and that's what I want to do.
If somebody decided to do a video game based on your group, what sort of video game would it be?
I think it would be like a really kind of a vintage side scroller, like Mario Brothers, kind of a 2D game.
Yeah, right, 2D.
But with nice kind of hand-drawn graphics, that kind of game, but still vintagey.
Still vintage.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Street Fighters.
Sure, okay, a Street Fighter.
It's Street
2D
Fighter.
That's a good
Street
idea.
Fighter.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, Street Fighters.
Because I always when all the games started to turn 3D, then I was like, I was too old for that.
It's not us.
But if today I see a game that's like 2D but looks really nice and colorful, then I'm like, oh, that looks really fun.
Yeah, right.
I really enjoy those games because I don't have to learn some complicated all the buttons
True,
and everything,
yeah. But Street Fighters has got like 6 buttons.
That's true. That's a lot of
That's
buttons.
a lot of buttons. That's more than nowadays.
It's used to
actually.
it.
But at least it's at least it's not 3D,
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for answering all of these questions. If you've got any final message for your fans, please say it now.
We just want to say thanks to Adam for doing this interview, and we have a website. The website is monobanmusic.com, and you can also follow us on Facebook, MONOBAN. So yeah, okay.
So that's it.
So thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you, K-Pop Korner.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks again to Daewon, George and Jifan for doing that great interview while they were over in Italy. Before the interview, you heard 3 songs, all from the Ghost Ship EP. The first one was indeed the title track Ghost Ship, then Which Day, followed by, of course, It's Not Okay. You might have noticed that in the middle of that interview, there were 2 songs as well to break things up, because indeed it was a very long interview. They were songs from the Blue Mountain album. Yes, their first ever full release album, which is jam-packed with smash hit after smash hit. We played you the very infectious Dandelion, followed by the rousing The March. And what do we have for you now as we round off the show? More Monoban masterpieces. Yes, we have 3 more songs from the Blue Mountain album, which you can buy on iTunes now. You can head over to Spotify.com as well and listen to the songs over there. Remember, keep playing those tracks and they'll get more money. That's what we want. Support these bands. You can either buy their music on iTunes, check them out on Spotify, or if it's listed on Apple Music, that's also another way to show your support. You can catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Mixcloud, LO, Pinterest, and even Google+. All of those websites are /K-Pop Korner UK. And that's Corner with a K because it's all about South Korea. I'm going to leave it right there, folks, and just remind you once again, this has been a Liverpool Sound City special featuring one of the stars from that festival, Monoban. Sound City and Zandari Festa are teaming up now to bring more English artists over to Korea and vice versa. 2nd of October to the 4th of October, the Zandari Festa takes place, and hopefully we'll have more details for you very soon. Take good care of yourselves, folks. Hopefully you'll join us again next week. Enjoy these last 3 songs from the Blue Mountain album: Bed and Orange, Blue Mountain Breakup, and the song that we believe will become an amazing football chant, 222.
And now, bringing you the hottest sounds. Let's go.
拉声，呀哩呀哩呀拉声，呀哩呀哩呀拉声，呀啦哩呀啦。If I could see, what if I could feel so many regrets are waiting for us. Far from my town, driving my car, I'll take you where you've never been before. Let's forget your homework tomorrow. Just drink up and cheers to the morning.